Good morning, everyone. It is now 10 a.m., and I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. My name is Penny Masheri. I'm actually the Deputy City Administrator here in the City of Smyrna. To my left is Mary Moore, who serves as our Library Director, and to her left is Richard Garland, our Parks and Rec Director. We have a couple items of business today, so I'm going to go ahead and move forward with the agenda. Our first item is item 2A, which is 2022-227. It's a variance request, V22-030, increase impervious surface area from 35% to 44.2%, lot 557, 1470 Memory Lane. The applicant was CMS Custom Homes. This item is actually going to be withdrawn, and if I can, I'd like to get a motion to withdraw, please.
Motion to withdraw variance request V22-030, increase impervious surface from 35% to 44.2% on lot 557 at 1470 Memory Lane, CMS Custom Homes LLC applicant.
Second.
This item has been properly moved and seconded. If you guys would please vote. Thank you. This item is withdrawn officially with a vote of 3-0. Move on to our next item, item 2B, item number 2022-385. This is a public hearing. It's a variance request for V22-047, allow a second kitchen, lot 311, 1626 Concord Meadows Drive. Applicant is Tynock Deep Vo. Ms. Crow, would you please join us and provide the background?
All right, good morning. Caitlin Crow, Planner 1 Community Development. So this variance is V22-047 to allow for a second kitchen in a single family home. The subject property is a 0.29 acre lot located on the north side of Concord Meadows Drive, right along the circular turnaround. In April of 2022, code enforcement was called out to the subject property regarding unpermitted work in the basement of the home. After investigation, it appeared that part of the renovation was actually installing a stove in the basement, which creates a second kitchen, and there was no permit or variances on the property. The applicant, who is a single mother, indicated that the basement kitchen is for her babysitter to use when she works late and can stay the night if needed. However, community development feels that this hardship is self-created since the babysitter could use the main kitchen while watching the homeowner's children. In speaking with the applicant's representative, the babysitter regularly brings her own children to the home as well, which constitutes a separate family occupying the space. Additionally, the recent renovations have created a self-contained unit in the basement of the home, which has a bedroom, bathroom, living area, and kitchen all in the downstairs with a door that leads directly outside. As is, the basement could easily be turned into a separate apartment unit, which is not permitted in a single-family unit district. When variances for a second kitchen have been approved in the past, it has been due to either a mother-in-law unit where it's for only family members, or has no immediate outside access from the basement. This particular property has neither of those precedents met. Community Development has received an email requesting denial of the request as well from the HOA. It has been properly posted, and Community Development has reviewed the request against the variance review standards and found it not to be in compliance with any of the 4 standards. Based on the lack of hardship and the self-creation of the variance, staff is not supportive of having a second kitchen in the home when adjustments could be made to accommodate city code. Community Development believes there are no unique and special extraordinary circumstances applying to the property to justify this variance request. Strict application of the ordinance does not deprive the subject property of reasonable use, as the main kitchen is available. After review of the standards above, Community Development does recommend denial of the request. And if you have any questions, I am happy to answer them.
Members of the board, do you guys have any questions for staff?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is the applicant here? Yes. Wonderful. If you guys would please make your way to the podium and state your name and address for the record.
Don't go. Okay.
Good morning. My name is Diepvo, Diepvo.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good morning. My name is Chang Lam, and I am the translator for Miss Vo.
Wonderful, thank you. Can you ask if she has any, Miss Crow has obviously provided us a summary. Is there anything she'd like to add about this or any information she'd like the board to consider?
Nói là tại đã nói xong rồi cái việc của mình á, bây giờ mình muốn thêm bổ túc cái gì hay không?
Con muốn lót cái sàn làm gạch ở dưới cái nhà của con, cái phần còn lại của con, tại trước đó nó là thảm, nó rất là dơ, rất là hôi.
Okay. Mà muốn nói về cái tức là mình không có biết về cái
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
con mới I'm from Vietnamese, and right now I'm speak English not good, and I stay the USA almost 3 years. Right now I'm a single mom. I have 2 children. My daughter's almost 7 and my son 4.
Okay. May I speak for her?
Yes, please.
Miss Vo would want to say that yes, because she is new in the country and she does not know the rule and regulation. She's a single mom and she tried very hard to provide a home for her children to stay. And so we bought the property. It was a resale, and the seller did not agree to do anything at all. So when she moved in, and she would have to make clean up and fixing the equipment and things, that does not work in order for her to move in and habitize in the house. And in doing so, because she did not know about the rule or the regulation of the city, because of lack of the knowledge and lack of the language, and it's new in the country and in the city of Smyrna, and so she, in the process of finishing that, she went to the basement because it was carpeted and it was very dirty, and so she removed the carpet. I want to put the tile floor, so that it's cleaner for the children to play. But in the process of doing so, she thought it would be convenient for her and the babysitter. She did build the kitchen without knowing that she need the permit and the the variance for that.
Okay. Members of the board, do you have any questions for the applicant? You guys would have a seat. I will now announce that this is a public hearing. If there's anyone here to speak in favor or against this variance request, if you'd please make your way forward to the podium and state your name for the record. And address. I forgot address, sorry.
Hello, my name's David Poppy, a resident at 1601 Concord Meadows Drive, the president of a homeowners association. The homeowners association did provide a response to this variance request. I trust you guys have looked it over. So, there's certainly some concerns that we've observed. The zoning is clearly single family, along with our covenants, which also states single family. We're concerned not just for the variance and getting the permit approved. Quite honestly, we're concerned that there's currently multifamily use of the space currently. So, it's presents a lot of challenges. Number one, it's not lawful. It goes against zoning along with our covenants, but it also can present some safety concerns. The round, don't want to really call it a cul-de-sac. There's an island in the middle of the round area, and right at their home, it's a one-way road. So if there's any kind of parking issues or vehicles that spill out in that area, it can present a challenge for emergency vehicles and any other services that need to get by. We've incurred damage to the island and had to put some expenditures toward trying to keep vehicles from driving onto the island. But there's also many children that live in that area, and we certainly just want to look out for their welfare and safety as well. So that's really all I have to add. But most of that is in our variance or response to the variance application. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Is there anyone else who'd like to speak on this matter, either for or against? Okay. With that said, I will ask the board if they, I would entertain a motion on this item.
I'll make a motion to deny variance request V22-047, allow a second kitchen, lot 311, 1626 Concord Meadows Drive, Tynock Depot applicant.
Second.
This item has been properly moved and seconded. If you would, please vote. Oh, I voted wrong. I voted to deny it. Passed. I did the wrong vote, though. Can I change my vote? Yes. Can we do the vote again? No, stay the same. I just hit the wrong button. Yes, please.
I'd like to make a motion.
Apologize.
Okay, that's okay. I'd like to make a motion to deny variance request V22-047, allow a second kitchen, lot 311, 1626 Concord Meadows Drive, Tynock Depot applicant.
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded, and now I would call for a vote. I apologize again for the extra. Okay, so the motion is passed to deny the variance request. With that said, there is an appeals process where you could come before the mayor and council, and if you have questions about that, I know community development can help you with that process. And with that said, I guess we'll move on to our next item. The next item before us is item 2C, 2022-409, a public hearing, which is a variance request, V22053, allow impervious service area increase from 30% to 36%, lot 808, 1173, Falling Water Drive. The applicant is Miguel Roman. Ms. Crow, if you would, please provide us the background.
All right, again, Caitlin Crow, Planner 1 Community Development. So this variance is V22-053 to allow for that impervious surface area increase from 30% to 36%. The subject parcel is a 0.07 acre lot located on the west side of Falling Water Drive within the Falling Water subdivision. In July 2022, code enforcement was called out to the subject property, again regarding unpermitted work in the rear of the home. Shortly thereafter, the applicants did submit for a building permit to enclose the existing deck and create an additional 180 square foot of living space. During plan review, it was discovered that the existing property is actually currently over their maximum impervious area of 30%. Per section 1102, no non-conforming building, structure, or use shall be extended, nor shall its total value be enhanced, unless such extensions or alterations conform with the provisions of this ordinance. So due to the enclosure substantially enhancing the home by creating additional living space, a variance is required for the non-conforming impervious area. Since the existing single-family home was already non-conforming, the hardship is not self-created. Since the increase in impervious surface area occurred back in 1980, and there's no addition of land disturbing activities or stormwater runoff, the Assistant City Engineer has determined that no remediation is required in order to support this variance. The subject property is currently buffered from adjacent properties by an existing wooden privacy fence, so impact to the neighboring properties would be minimal. Strict application of the ordinance would deny the applicant any ability to modify the existing home since the existing impervious area is already over the required 30%. It has been properly posted, and after reviewing the variance application, staff does support the request and recommends approval with the following standard condition. Approval of the requested variance shall be conditioned upon the development of the property in substantial compliance with the site plan and elevations submitted with the variance application. And with that, I can answer any questions.
Members of the board, do you have any questions for staff?
All right, thank you.
Great. Is the applicant here? Wonderful. If you would please step forward to the podium. State your name and address for the record, please.
Hello, good morning. My name is Andy Roman. I'll be speaking for my dad, Miguel Roman. Address is 1173 Falling Water Drive, Smyrna, Georgia.
Thank you. Ms. Crow has provided us a summary of the application. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, prior to the building permit, we weren't aware that we had to have a building permit for the enclosure of the porch. So how the idea came to be, we were mainly influenced by our connected neighbor, who also built their own enclosed porch, and from visual appeal, it looked really nice. So we decided to ask some questions and wanted to see how they went through the process, and they didn't say anything about building permits, so we just went ahead with the project. It wasn't until we got the marshal and then they left a note that we had to go through the process. Luckily, Caitlin Crow here was a great help with our planning and helped us out through the process. And we got through the building permit, the site plan. We just had a problem with the impervious surface, which was already exceeding the 30% limit that we were allowed. And so that's why we're here today.
Great. As part of this process, there's a standard condition that we put on variances. Ms. Crow has read that out loud. Is that something that you feel your family understands and you understand what that condition is?
Yes, we understand that fully.
Great, thank you. Members of the board, do you guys have any questions for the applicant? No? Okay. With that said, this is a public hearing. If there's anyone here who'd like to speak in favor or against of this item, if you would please come to the podium and state your name and for the record. You can have a seat if you want.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Let the record reflect that no one's come forward to speak in the public hearing. With that, I would entertain a motion.
Motion to approve variance request V22-053, allow impervious surface area increase from 30% to 36% on lot 808 at 1173 Falling Water Drive. Miguel Roman, applicant.
Second.
This item has been properly moved and seconded. If you would, please vote. Item has been approved by a vote of 3-0. Moving on to our final item on the agenda today, which is the approval of our minutes, which is item 3A, MIN 2022-58, approval of the July 27, 2022 License Variance Board meeting minutes. Can I get a motion for approval, please?
Make a motion to approve approval of the July 27, 2022 License and Variance Board meeting minutes, MIN 2022-58.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and seconded. If you guys would, please vote. That passes unanimously by a vote of 3-0. Unless there's any more business before the body, I will go ahead and call for adjournment at 10:20 a.m. Thank you.